uh, figure out exactly what summer or fall we encountered, first encountered the diaries. Um, we were at the flea market in Wilmington, maybe roughly about 5 years ago, I would say.
Yeah.
And there was a dealer there who had this box of diaries. Um, and we looked at a few, Carl and I, and I think at that time we bought like one each. I don't remember how much. I think we probably paid maybe about $8 for a diary. You know, we probably could have had the whole thing for a song at that time. But it's when you get stuff like this, where are you gonna put it? Number one, I don't know. Do people make buying decisions based on that? I'm still cluttering, so I haven't learned. But anyway, so we got these. I think we were impressed by a few things. Number one, the writing. I mean, everything was so neatly written. It was legible. Nobody's writing anymore.
No.
It was in script. The other things that were interesting, you could get the statistics of, what, I don't know, for the year, what, when there was a full moon maybe, or, how much rainfall they had the previous year, or something like that. I mean, there were all these little details, which really kind of took you back, you almost felt like you were there, reading this stuff. You could, really empathize with the writers of the journals, They were sparsely written. There wasn't a whole lot of detail, but it really, I think they really captured just what was essential from a day-to-day basis. And how many people kept diaries, I don't know. So it was kind of unique. We bought one each, and Carl was like, oh, we should have gotten more of these. We should have gotten them all or something. And yeah, probably, you're right, But I think we went back the next, I think it was a rain out on the flea market the next day. So, the guy wasn't around. Carl was on his way back from his vacation, on his way back to Germany. And so at that point, it kind of was put on the back burner, But every time I came up, I would look for this guy, and it must have taken me, maybe a fall. Maybe I didn't even find him again until spring or something when they reopened the flea market. But I finally tracked him down, and I bought the whole lot that he had left. And he said he had sold some, but I think he had probably sold some even before Carl and I bought our first ones. And and again, I can't remember how much I paid for these things, But it was more probably at that time than the first time
Right.
around, Things, when these guys, they can sense your desperation, I guess. So anyway, I got them, and I didn't tell him. I took them with me to Germany.
Oh.
And I said, Carl,
Here you go.
happy birthday, Merry Christmas, whatever. Although I surprised him with these things, and they weren't in my my basement or whatever anymore. So, but that was my basic goal, was because he was so fascinated with this, and he's still teaching. My teaching days had ended probably a few years before I had bought these. Otherwise, who knows? Maybe I could have turned it into some kind of teaching tool. I don't know. But so anyway, he he had these, and this is going back about maybe 3-4 years ago, and then this spring, he said, "Fred, these things are they're too great for me to have. You know, I shouldn't own these." And he made efforts, and I guess he reached out to Phil, and which, you know,
Yep.
went into Joyce, and he figured out, okay, now I know who we could donate these diaries to, and so then he actually mailed them to me, because we were concerned. We wanted to make sure that you saw them. The elder statesman, and so I brought them up. I think it was July.
In July, yes. Yep.
Yeah, in July I had them, and no, it was
You came
or
back
the
with
very end of July, very beginning of August,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I drove them here, and I landed them at the Hoosick Historical Society, where I think they rightly belong, and you know, it's a treasure of sorts, and you know, I'm just walking around this house. You know, you see history. I mean, are those stoves still working in the kitchen?
Oh yeah, they still work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about history.
That's what a 1950 kitchen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's amazing there too. Yeah. So yeah, it's really an amazing what this town has done. I see a lot of famous people. I see a lot of history that came out of Hoosick, and so we're really, you know, I'm glad that Carl had the foresight, the vision, I should say, to get these to where they, you know, would do the most good, and so, and I want to thank you all for you know, making this event
thank you.
possible.
Yeah.
Lovely spread. Thank you.